Hey, and welcome to Ropeland. I'm back. Kind of, sort of. I'm doing my best to be back. And as I get back into teaching and training, I thought this would be a really great opportunity to record my rope curriculum and provide it as an online course. I've been tweaking this rope curriculum and adding on to it and really just solidifying it for over 10 years now. So I'm really excited to share it in like a cohesive manner. I'm going to be posting the videos and the content and everything from this rope course on my Patreon for current tiers and above, but I will also package it for my learning channel. If you've checked that out, right now it's on Thinkific. I currently have an Intro to Momentum course over there as well. I'll be adding this course, and I also do have a breakbeats course that's in the works that should be over there sometime soon. So I offer 4 levels of rope, and before you decide that you want to do this, I should talk about the style of rope that I offer. I kind of think about rope historically in 2 really big categories. I consider traditional or classic rope, and then I consider contemporary rope. The traditional or classic style is what you would expect to see in like the circus. I think of it as lots of wraps and big drops and Spanish web style, lots of spinning. So really circus style rope I consider to be the classic style, and a lot of the foundations come from there. I primarily dabble in what I consider to be contemporary style rope, and this is the style of rope that's really been popular for over 10 years now. What I consider to be contemporary rope is all the stuff that you would see online, but if I had to break it into things, it would be open hangs and holds and drops, obviously momentum, dynamic technique, non-traditional wrapping, so pickups and slack drags and just wrapping in a non-manual way, and then also C-shapes, obviously. If you think of rope that's popular now and for 10 years, it's C-shapes. So those are the 4 things that I really consider to be the pillars or the principles of contemporary rope. I will say that these are really just my opinions, and it's really just a way of me classifying what it is that I teach and I offer, so you can decide if that's something that you're interested in. Like said, I offer 4 levels of rope. I haven't fully decided if I'll be releasing them level by level or if I'll release all of them together. I think it just depends on how long these things are going to take. If you're interested in following along as everything gets filmed and created, it will go on Patreon starting next week. I'll be adding the tutorials to the feed on a weekly basis, and then I'll be compiling them into the online course. So we'll be starting with rope 1, and I really consider that to be like your foundations. We will be looking at how to prepare for rope, how to hang, so you'll learn about grip choices, how to get off the ground, so lots and lots of climbs in rope 1. And then I'll have quite a bit of technique discourse in there, how to do rope and keep your body safe for the long haul. Rope 2, in my opinion, is the fundamentals. I actually call it the fundamentals course. So this is where we'll dive into the intro to momentum. You'll learn and understand base wraps as building blocks for theory. So if you are interested in a deep dive into intro momentum, that course already exists. If you have that course, there will be some overlap here. My rope 3 course is called Principles. The principles of rope are kind of those pillars of contemporary rope that I consider. So in rope 3, we'll be applying momentum, so pathways and wraps, beating into wraps and beating out of wraps. We will start working on release prep, and then you'll learn what C-shapes are, and we'll also have a drop theory section and discussion. Since in Ropeland, the drops tend to be open rather than in silks, where you might see more wrap drops. This is not to say you can't do wrap drops in rope and you can't do open drops on fabric, but generally the style of rope nowadays is open drops. I believe that your drop theory and technique needs to be much cleaner. The stakes are much higher when the drop is open or when you're catching in your hands. So that's rope 3. Rope 4 is the purpose of all of this. It's putting everything together. So in rope 4, you'll learn dynamic sequencing. We'll begin letting go. You'll start rolling up, that C-shaped stuff everyone's so excited about. you'll begin flowing through the principles or the pillars of rope. So really taking ownership of the material in rope 4. Like said, this will be an online course that I will package together for the general public. If you're not on my Patreon, that's fine. You will have access to this. However, if you want to follow along as I'm building it, do join my Patreon. Tutorials will go up every week starting next week. I'll be adding 1 tutorial per week, but the tutorial may cover more than one topic or more than one skill if I believe that they're grouped together. So I'll be starting the tutorials for Patreon next week, which is convenient. It's the beginning of a new month. I'll be starting with rope 1, and I'm going to go in succession of my curriculum. So if you haven't done any rope, this is a great place to start. If you join later down the road and you find this video one day, this is a great place to start and just catch back up with us. I will post the tutorials on the current Instagram page, but like said, I'll be saving them all so they'll be available through my learning channel later. I do need to say that this is not a comprehensive teacher training of how to teach rope. I do offer teacher trainings through my company, Sage Movement Arts. However, I can't help myself, and I will probably be giving tips and tricks and teaching tips along the way. So if teacher training in a very structured way is not your jam, or maybe you're already a really experienced teacher but rope is newer to you, you will find some use here, but it is not a teacher training. For the members of Patreon, I maintain office hours on Fridays at 12 p.m. in the Eastern time zone, and I'm going to open those office hours to the current tier for the duration of this rope course. So as long as I'm posting these rope videos, you're welcome to come to that office hours and ask me questions about this course. In the current tier, you also get a monthly video review. So if you're working on any of the tutorials from this, feel free to send them to me for your monthly video review. That works through the Google Drive folder that I created for you when you joined. If you need a new link to that because it went missing or you've never used it, just shoot me a note and I have them all saved. I think that's it. That's all the Patreon news that I needed to share. So, starting with rope 1, tutorials are coming here. I'm going to give tips and tricks even though this is not a teacher training because I can't help myself. Friday office hours, video review. All of the sequences that I put together as a part of this will go on the Wave Instagram and will be available to the Wave tiers. So you'll have sequences there, but all of the teaching material will be in the current tier. There we go. I think I have it all lined out. So that's kind of the overview. I wanted to make a quick little overview video of what's coming. If you have any questions, if you want to join, shoot me a note. I have all that info, and I'll see you for our first tutorial next week. Bye!